Hello and welcome. I'm Angela from Stamping Beauty in Christchurch, New Zealand, and today I'm going to share with you 6 quick and easy cards. We're going to be using the Kindest Expressions stamp set, some Sweet Sorbet cardstock, and this one piece of Be Mine Designer Series paper. So to start, I'm going to bring in my trimmer. We want 6 card bases. I've got my cardstock and I'm just going to put that down the middle. So there's 2. 4 and 6. And on those the front pieces of the card, I want to have a layering panel, and they're going to be slightly smaller than the card front. They're going to be 14.4 by 10, and I need 6 of those. So there's 2 there. 14.4. So if you're doing this in Imperial, we just want your card layering panel to be slightly smaller than your card front. And just 2 more, 14.4 by 10. And then I may as well cut up the designer series paper while I'm here. So these are going to be the same. They're going to be 14.4. May as well do all the cutting. 14.4 by 10. So we're going to have 6 card fronts. So you can see there's only just another little tiny piece like that left over in that one strip, so not much left over at all. And the last piece off the end there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off 4 centimetres. I'll turn these all around, do it this way. 4 centimetres from the bottom, and that's going to turn around and go on my card front. You could possibly cut more at one time, but I know that I'm going to get it exactly right this way. Just 2 more. And there. Then I'm going to bring my layering panels in. You could do this with any colour cardstock because you're not going to see it. So you just want to add glue onto here. Pop that piece along the top. It just is handy if you do use the same colour as the base that it's going on. If there's any areas that don't get covered by the designer series paper, you won't notice it. And it doesn't matter if there's a gap there because it will be covered by some ribbon. So we're just going to do that for all 6 of them. You'll notice I don't go to the edge. I find it smushes down when you pop the paper on it anyway. And also not going to the edge saves worrying about getting it on your fingers. There's a bit of room for you to hold on to the paper if you need to. It's such pretty paper. So this you could do this layout with any paper. They always have a lovely coordinating design on the back. If they didn't have one that you like particularly, you could mix and match it with one of the other designs. There's always something that will go. This doesn't take long. This is quite a good wee TV job if you like to do something in front of the TV. So this, just wanted to give a few ideas on how to make quick and simple cards, because I think people get a bit stuck sometimes and overwhelmed and end up not making a card. And just thought it really good just to show some quick and easy ways to make some cards and avoid being stuck, not having a card for something and ending up buying one. And you have all this beautiful product to use. And then this way we've got a few on hand. And I'm putting one sentiment on, but if you wanted you could put a variety of different sentiments on. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put some ribbon over that. And this is the Sweet Sorbet, it's the bordered ribbon. So what I'm trying to do today also is use up some of the products that I've got that are going to be retiring. It's always a good feeling when you've used them all up. So I need 6 of those. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I just got my tear and tape. I'm just going to cover the over there and adhere that to the back. I want to make sure I get it nice and straight. So I go ahead and do this. This will make it a little bit quicker. Hopefully I don't run out. 1, 2, 3. 2 more bits. I think I just might make it. I want to do the same with all these. So if you're making along with me, hopefully I'm going at a reasonable pace. Just really with something like this, it's just like having a little production line going, isn't it? I know some people don't like making more than one card, but it does make sense with something like this to use, especially using up cardstock and designer series paper. And especially if you find a little design that you like, it's quite nice to make but in different colorways too. I'll show you another one I've made with a different colorway. Just want to make sure that's pressed down so it doesn't come undone, although it will be getting attached to the card front, so that's another way to adhere it and not come unstuck. That is done. It hasn't taken too long. Then I want to bring in the card bases, and I'm just going to fold those in half. And burnish along there. I find when I cut with my blade, there is always one side that has a little lip. I tend to have that for the inside of the card. Just the reason I do that, just think it's a little bit neater with that sort of folded, sort of folds down inwards. Now, if you're wanting to speed things up a little bit, you could just adhere these to this with glue, or you could put dimensionals. Either will work really well. I'm just going to, just for speed. Glue doesn't want to come out now. It's a lot quicker than putting dimensionals down and taking all the backs off. And last one. Just pop all these on the card fronts, get them nice and even. Gosh, that was going the other wrong way. I just have to make sure I've got them. Nothing worse than putting it on the wrong way, which I'm sure has happened to most of us. And then lastly, this one here. Yeah. So they look, it's pretty, isn't it, with those matching colours. Then the next thing I want to do is do the sentiment. And I'm just doing the thanks because I always need a lot of thank you cards. Just going to stamp 6 of those. And I'm just going to trim them down because I don't want, I'm just going to use the thanks. What did somebody say? It's too much thanks. Which I thought was funny when they trimmed down the sentiment. Just in this instance, it just looks better on the card, I think, with just the thanks. So then I'm just going to trim it down with this little trimmer. I'll just do all along. I find if you do the same thing on everything, it does just make it easier because and quicker. So all those, and I'll come back and do the other side in a minute. So I want that up as close, pretty close, and try and get it as straight as I can. I did try to find a die that would work for this, but there wasn't anything really long and skinny enough. I'm just going to trim those ends off. So feel free to fast forward this if you're not making them with me. So that I'm up to 15 minutes so far. So not too bad for 6 cards. It would take longer than that to get in the car, I think, and go to the shops to get a thank you card. Or any card. I always remember that analogy with takeaways. They did a test. Somebody went to this, they ordered the takeaways and went and picked them up, and somebody else was making them, and definitely was quicker to make even a fake away. Right, so I'm just going to get that as close as I can, just to take away that so much without, it's pretty tight, but that's okay. Sometimes we can, well, I know I can get a bit too particular, and people don't really notice what we notice. We can be a bit too critical of how we want something to look. And actually, if you've got a look like there, that little bit there, if that was going to bother you, something like a little uniball white pen will just get rid of that, and then nobody's the wiser. And then last one. Right, so I've got 6 of those. And I'm just going to tuck in here with dimensionals. I think they will look better with dimensionals. So I'll just pop dimensionals back all those. Just 3 along there because it is quite long. And this card would work with any sentiment, I think. Birthday would be good too. And actually, that'd make a really nice gift. And you could stamp some sentiments and then gift them, and people could choose what sentiment they wanted to put on the card. And then I've pre-made some bows. I'll make one in a minute just to show you what I did. Going to pop that. Just check the alignment. Pop that about there, and bring that down so it sort of tucks over the corner like that. A bit more of a jaunty angle. And you could, I didn't put them in the picture, but you could always add some rhinestones if you like to the card. Maybe a couple down here. And you can see I'm getting down to the last few of those, like that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and make the others, and I'll get these all put together, and then I'll show you how I did the bow for the last one. I've just tucked them on, popped them on glue dots, so they're all ready to adhere. Let's see. One shot, yes. So they will sort of stay within the card, and so they will be fit in the envelope. And it doesn't even matter if the ribbon goes over the sentiment, I don't think. Just adds a bit of interest. Straight. Oopsie. That's a good thing with designer series paper that has lines on it, isn't it? Makes it easy to make sure everything's lined up. Yeah. There. They always seem to work out differently, the bows, for some reason. So this one here, just got one glue dot left on there. So what I did is just got my ribbon and made a little loop, tied that around there, popped that through and pulled tight, and then went right down back and sort of adjusted it to get the, sometimes you have to do it a few times, because when you pull the loops back through, it does sort of, oh, that's really weakened it, it weakens it a little bit. Then I always pop them over one finger like that, just to see if they're nice and even, and then just trim the tails so I've got them nice and even too. And that's about 32 centimeters for that little bow. Find that's a good amount. And then my glue dot. Glue dots are so strong. I've tried to take one off a while later and it just won't budge. See, it's like concrete. And just tuck that under there. And that is that. So there are 6 cards, and as I say, you can add some bling if you like, and that is 23 minutes. I know I did make the bows ahead of time, but that's pretty quick, and I'm sure quicker than going to the supermarket or the shops to get a card. So thanks for watching, and if you make a card like this using DSP, I'd love to see your versions. It's always nice to see, so tag me, I'd love to see them. And this is another one I made too, with just added the little butterfly, so just a bit of a change up. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.